the Supreme Court has, yeah, though the Supreme Court has contributed in its own way to make the general citizens aware of their candidates who are going to contest the elections, it implies that citizens should be aware of the criminal background of the people before voting. But the thing is, though the citizens are aware of the thing, though the Supreme Court has given its own judgment, has set its own judgment by making the information about the criminal background of the contestants, it implies that it should get translated into lowering the level of criminals getting into the elected assemblies. In 18th Lok Sabha, 46% of elected representatives have the criminal charges. Correspondingly, in 2018, in 2019, in 17th Lok Sabha, 43% of our elected MPs have had the criminal charges. So we can come to know that there was an increase in 3% of criminal charges between 2000 in 17th Lok Sabha and 17th and 18th Lok Sabha. So we can come to the conclusion that though the Supreme Court has told to has directed the political parties and its contestants to file their affidavit with if they are into any criminal charges. So I can say that it has not reaped the benefit. So still the criminalization of politics is continuing, and yes, every Lok Sabha till now there has been an increase in the trend of people with criminal antecedents getting into the politics and becoming our elected representatives and making the law. So in today's discussion, we'll brainstorm some of the topics, like some of the solutions. How effectively can we solve this problem, other than the judgments the Supreme Court has given directing this thing. So, I hope that my friends, like I have set the context. Uh, yes, I open this discussion for you today to come up with the solutions or what effectively can we do to address this problem. I open. Welcome. Yes, friends, you can speak.
As you said, I would also like to add about Yadav, who is currently the Vice Chief Minister of Bihar. He has 41
Can
criminal
you
cases.
raise your voice? Can you raise your voice?
Okay. Is this audio? Is this
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, you're audible, but it is we are unable to. It is bit taking in between. If you keep your device little bit closer to you while speaking, then it would be perfect, I guess.
Okay. Yadav, who had represented state of Bihar, he was also convicted in 2008 for murder
Fine.
and in 2021 for kidnap case. He has currently 41 pending cases ongoing
Okay.
on, which has not been solved, and still, and he is the Vice Chief Minister of the Bihar.
Hmm.
Also, another thing, he has elected 4 times for Legislative Assembly, has
Hmm.
38 ongoing cases with 7
Okay.
murder cases.
Hmm.
So what I suggest is that it should be
Hmm.
speed trials and like special fast track courts should be set up so that the people with criminal background or the politician with criminal background who are there, their cases could be solved faster.
Nice. So having a special code for them to
Yeah.
expedite their trials.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make the trials faster, judgment faster.
Fine.
And also a stricter disqualification rule is needed. Currently, if a politician is convicted to any crime, he is disqualified under Section 8 of People Representative Act 1951.
Hmm.
But this is strengthened to prevent uh,
Hmm.
politicians with serious criminal cases like murder or sexual offences or like any corruption
Hmm.
from contesting in the election. He should be banned from contesting in the election.
Hmm.
A stricter disqualification rule is needed.
Okay.
And also,
Okay.
uh, um,
Stricter disqualification at what stage? Like now you said that RPA Act of 1951 says that a person who is convicted can only be disqualified. But people
uh,
who have these charges against them, charges of criminal charges against them, are not getting convicted. So that is a very big problem. So only if they get convicted, only they are getting disqualified. But people with charges only getting elected. So how can we prevent them is the question. So yes. Hello Mahadev. Manav Sharma. Yes, yes, yes.
like their cases should be done faster and they should be disqualified completely. Like they should not contest in the election itself, like that.
Okay. Okay. So disqualifying completely.
Yeah, with for the politician with serious criminal cases.
Okay, if they have committed, if they are implicated, or if they have committed any heinous cases, or the cases that have
Yeah,
that shook the conscience of the nation, so then they should be disqualified.
uh, completely disqualified from contesting in the election.
Okay. Yes.
And then a little more autonomy and power should be given to electoral committee so that
Okay.
uh,
Mm,
like they should mandate the political parties to deny tickets to the people with criminal
mm.
records.
Okay. So more powers to the election commission. What do you
Yeah,
say? So more powers to the
yeah.
election commission for what?
Like they have to make some stricter rules. They should be given the authority to disqualify if any politician is repeatedly offending.
Mm.
And
Then,
also they should mandate the political parties
mhm.
that they should deny tickets to the candidates with serious criminal charges.
So that
Like the
that completely comes
political
that entirely falls under the ball entirely falls under the political party. So that's a problem. They are getting some of the people who have committed the cases are getting elected, becoming member of the political party, but no political party bars them by becoming members. So yes,
yeah,
political party should also have that filter in them. If a person with that background or who have committed something should not be member of that political party. So yes, if we bring this kind of legislation or if kind of this kind of rule, who is going to implement it is the problem, is the question. Of course, this is a wonderful
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, like special like campaign should be conducted so that the awareness is created among voters.
Mm,
So like they can pressurize the political party
mm.
to deny ticket.
Okay, fine, fine.
And also
If you have anything like,
at the time of
wait. Let us go slowly. Let us go slowly. We have a few more people here. Few of our friends here. Like, let them also meet. We'll come to you back. We'll come back to you. Is it fine?
yes, yes.
Fine, fine. Yes, yes, friends. You can go ahead. Other than Shreyas, he has made some beautiful points. Uh, yes.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, Manish. Thanks.
Yeah,
I can.
Shamantak, my exposure to politics is very limited. But then, like,
No,
I will
no worries.
drop
It
all
is
the.
like, it is not like it is not that you should have a very good exposure in politics. Even I too don't have any good exposure. So you can come up like as a citizen of this country, just you are aware of the problem, and I have set the context. I've just set the context, and I have
And
also told you that it is undesirable to have criminals in politics. They work for their
yeah,
own self agenda. So you can tell
yeah,
anything related to this topic. The only thing is we need some good practicable solution that our citizens should be aware of the thing, even though this is the solution that is being implemented to curb this problem or to reduce this problem, but still it is being ineffective.
yeah. And the thoughts I have on politics is 90% it's run by people, people with criminal charges, as you mentioned earlier.
Mm,
And it's not that they're entirely bad people. They have good side as well as
mm,
to them. And
Mm,
the only people who can who can uh, people require not only the good side and a good personality, good education, good policies, thoughts, and all to enter
mm,
politics. They also need to have that caliber to control people. If they say something, people should be able to, people should follow it. They have
mm,
should have that much command on people. So
mm,
beside having very so much education and all of that, besides that, you should also be able. You should be a person who people look up to, listen to,
mm,
and people with criminal background. Of course, people fear them. A lot of people fear
mm,
them.
mm,
And criminal, of course, the criminal, we cannot encourage that side of them. It should be completely rejected. But politics, people in politics who are committed criminal activities, I believe it is 10% intentional and 90% matlab, that might be a requirement for them to sustain their this thing, or to move further, or progress in what they're, I believe this. And of course, so criminals entering politics, of course, you're a good person. For example, you're a good person and you know how to, you can you're a good person and you have very good education, understanding about law and a lot of things. But if people don't fear you, don't listen to you, and if you can't command people, make them
mm,
follow your orders, you are not fit as a politician.
mm,
Besides having good understanding about law and all the good things,
mm,
you would have some have a uh, side which people uh, depend on or look up to, or just there should be some fear also.
mm,
Only then you will sustain that power. Politics
mm.
is power. If you are perceived as weak, there are you'll be doomed.
Got it. So yeah, what we understood is like why people in power or our representatives become criminals or criminals becoming representatives is because they don't have that leadership skill to command people or to persuade people. So they persuade people with their criminal intent or by creating that fear psychosis among the people to do something or to just achieve their intended object is what I understood. Sorry, I understood here. Yes,
Yeah.
what can we do for them? Like, yes, you said that though educated people entering into the politics, if they are educated, if they are aware of the law, but still if they are unable to command the people, persuade the people to bring that change, then they'll persuade the people through different means. It may be criminal means, it may be creating that fear psychosis. So, what can we do to prevent that one? Either we have to prevent those people entering into the politics, or we have to regulate them, or to discipline their behavior even after entering into the politics. So, that is what the question is all about. Like, am I fine with the argument that I'm making here?
Yes, yes, you're fine.
So.
And having clean politics, of course, requires a lot of education among people, and a lot of
Mm,
good exposure, good
mm,
consumption of life.
mm,
And that requires maybe hundreds and centuries of progress still.
mm,
And
mm,
until then, the things start getting a little, things get little by little, step by step, they
mm.
get better. But complete clean politics is still a dream, requires
Okay,
so much
okay,
action.
fine. So yeah, having clean politics by making citizen aware of the dire consequences of criminals getting into the politics can be something possible. So can be a good solution. Like people should be aware of their elected representatives. Nice. So yes, yes, friends. Others we have Manav Sharma, then Ro. Yes, if you have any points to make, you can come up with the points. Yes, no other point. Like you can speak up, no worries. You can express your thoughts, what you think about this problem. How can it be mitigated? Like we don't have any hard and fast rule here. Like that should be the solution for this problem. You would have experience in your own way, or it may be through experience, it may through reading. And yes, as a citizen, it is so desirable to have a clean politics. What Manish told. So creating that clean politics is something that is there in our hand, and that is also there in the hands of those people, in the hands of our representatives, in the hands of judges, in the hands of civil society organizations, and other constitutional bodies like election commission, etc., etc. Yes, come up.
What I feel is that the politician come into crime because
Mm,
they want to reobtain the money they spent. Like if a new politician comes, like he want to stand in any constituency and he want to give a competition means he should have a lot of money and he should put in a lot of money, and that has become the case in India. Like he should do campaigns, he should give money,
mm.
he should give some like gifts or like that. And when he if he comes to power, he wishes to like recollect all of that money. Like so
So
he
what he
gets
has spent,
into
he will earn. So what do you, that is what you are
uh,
saying. Okay.
so that's the reason why he gets into the corruption sort of thing.
Mm.
And uh,
Do you think that it is something related to political funding? Why?
yeah,
Because if they want to invest in the election, they have to have money. So how are they having money is the question then. Whether it is through
uh,
legitimate means or illegitimate means. So, so regulating
through
this, regulating uh, electoral funding is can you can are you telling that regulating electoral funding be a solution for criminalize to eradicate or to address the problem of criminalization?
yeah, like some stricter rules should be made on electoral bonds and corporate donation
Mm.
for criminals from to prevent criminals from funding elections.
Mm. Then,
And when the politician try to recover his money,
mm.
obviously there will crime happening.
Mm. So,
What I feel is that he does not do crime to like uh,
got it.
to
Like
create fear in people.
he does not do crime to get elected. Like no one does that one.
No, no, not like that. He does not do crime to create a fear in people. He just does it to hide it from people so that they don't get to know about it, the crimes he has done.
Okay. Okay.
To have like a clean face to the public.
Fine. Okay. Fine. Yes, friend. Like anything other than these points that we have discussed. Like nothing to shy here. Like you can think, you can express the thoughts that you have in your mind. At the end of the day, the only objective of this session is to take away something from each and everyone.
Yeah. So what I want to the point I've mentioned, I want to mention now might be a bit sensitive, but I want you all to be open to it and have your feedback on the same. And so personally, I believe our law and our governance should be inspired from Hinduism, because Hinduism accepts all, no matter the class, race, and the country, the origins they are coming from. It accepts all. And if laws if governance, if secularism, if you go UPA, United Progressive Alliance, if that comes into power, people will start to act on their own. They will be their own kings, own gods, and they would want to put their things in life, impose that on people, and that would be create a lot of chaos. And law or governance inspired by Hinduism put things in place gives their own things, their own power, limited to their own spaces, and things will function much smoothly. Of course, this will have its disadvantages as well, but it's much better comparatively to that secularism, United Progress, so Alliance thing. That you know, ideology is so good, but then in reality, implementing it in reality would be unthinkable, because the consequences would be very dire, I would believe.
Okay. So you mean that we can control this problem uh, by making law, by taking into the principle, by taking the principles of Hinduism, is what you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I just want to tell one thing. Uh, uh, don't you think that when we have constitution here, if our laws are much guided by the principles of constitution, doesn't that can solve the problem? Why? Because if we bring this question of Hinduism here, of course, Hinduism is a very broad topic. First of all, we cannot say it has a religion. It's just way of life. It accepts everything
Yeah.
what you told. It accepts everything. It accepts everything.
Yeah.
So it has everything. And sometimes I also think that constitution is just the constitutional principles what we have now has all the principles that are there in Hinduism, that are there in other religion. Yes, I accept it. But
Yeah.
when we have this, of course, many people are unaware of the thing. Like Hindu, they would have thought that Hinduism is just a religion. It is just something related to some people. No, nothing. We are aware of the thing, but many people are unaware of the thing. It can really cause a divide. It can really cause a polarization if you make law based on Hindu principles. Though, of course, we tell that Hindu principles or Hinduism principles of or the tenets of Hinduism is something that can solve this problem. Don't you think that when we already have constitution, when it can be much fine-tuned or refined because some of the people do not accept the principles of Hinduism, though it is so novel. When those people are accepting constitution, constitutional principles, don't you think that the principles should be guided, the law should be guided by the principles that are enshrined in the constitution than Hinduism? Because
Yeah.
at the end of
Correct.
the
Of
day,
course.
at the
Yeah.
end of the day, acceptability is important here. So the
Yes.
principle
Correct.
may be
Correct.
novel.
Yeah. Approaching law rationally is should be the way. I understand that. But then I'm like current scenario, yeah, the Congress we have one side and the BJP we have. I'm more drawn toward BJP.
Fine,
I don't know much about,
fine, fine,
the
fine, fine,
politics,
fine.
what the bad
Got
side
it
it
too.
has, but
I
I'm
got it.
drawn toward it because the
Fine,
picture
fine.
India has in the current world is much better than what it was in UPA during
Fine,
UPA
fine.
era.
Will keep that we'll keep that discussion little aside, like bringing parties or the alliances. But everywhere, it is nothing like criminals or elected criminals. Sorry, representatives with criminal charges are not in UPA. They are only in NDA. But both the things are there. Like both the sides, people with those backgrounds or antecedents are into, but we have to control them. Oh, that is the thing. Like we have to. That is a problem here. But we cannot say that people who are into that particular faction or that particular group uh, can be noble, even though they are criminals. Even though having criminal charges, we cannot say that. He can be different person. So we'll just stick to this uh, criminalization of politics. Um, what more can be done?
Yeah.
Yes, friends, will will come up. Like today, we had a very fewer people. I don't know for what reason. Last week we had around 8 to 5, 5 to 8 people. Before last week we had 10. Um, let's yes, Shreyas, anything to make any thought process
Like
running in your mind, like even in Manish mind.
at the time of election, we see most of the media just focus on the speeches or the campaigns which are
Okay.
held. They show the clips of like that. I
Yes,
think
can
that
you
they
be
should
little
more
louder?
focus on the
More focus on the
uh,
media should be more focusing on.
they should show more focusedly on the politician's background. Ultimately,
I
creating
think
awareness
these
among.
days. I think these days media is becoming proactive in doing all those things because yesterday or day before
Yeah,
yesterday,
but
since from
it should
past
be
3 to 4 weeks, yeah, I can understand like people cannot run behind or go. People, first of all, no, no only fewer people does this. The thing is, they go and visit the website of the political party to understand who is being fielded, what is his background. But media is making that process crisp and short. They are just telling this is the person who has been contesting, who has been fielded from this particular party in this constituency, and it is also giving the background of those people. So yes, I think that it is already being done, educating the masses
yeah,
through
it's
media.
done, but most of the cases, like it is mostly biased in some way. I feel that
Biased in some way.
the
Okay.
pure media, which the more, which on which more people focus on, are beingly biased on fewer political parties,
Mhm.
showing good
Okay.
things of one political party and
Mhm.
just showing the bad things of other political parties.
Mhm. So yes, media has become partisan. Your point is that partisan media is just focusing on one political party by highlighting those candidates who have done something and those candidates who haven't done something like this. Is it? Is it? Is it? I'm 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 just
I have to
thinking in
draw
the
to
same
the
line.
yeah,
So what
yeah,
can we
I have
do
to
for
draw
that?
to like
How can it translate in reducing the criminalization of politics? Do you mean that only
uh,
people with a pure background are being portrayed in some media, and people with criminal antecedents are being portrayed in some other media? Like, is it like that?
I did not get your point. Can you repeat?
Like only people with pure background, like who doesn't have any criminal antecedents, are being portrayed by some media, and some media are portraying candidates uh, who doesn't have it. Like, is it like that?
What I was saying is that like they become biased to the parties.
Okay,
They show the good things of one party and the bad things of other, like that.
fine, fine, fine,
They
fine, fine.
do not show the good things of the other. Like with great power comes great responsibility. So the bigger media should be like more responsible and like in a guiding manner to the people to create awareness among people. They should not be biased. Like that.
Okay, okay, fine. Anything else? Anything else, friends?
Shamantak, I appreciate you conducting this debate so much because my daily life is pretty much occupied with the work, and I rarely get time to listen to such such positive topics that have
Why?
positive
Because
discussions.
this is not concern. This is a general notion. What the perception that people have here is, I don't know whether I concur with it or not. I assume that many people think that this is something related to politics. No, it is not at all related to politics. It is something related to our country, especially democracy as such. If people value democracy, can understand what is this, the importance of this topic. We just Some of them just see the topic here, criminalization of politics. If they come to know that politics is there, many people won't join at all. Like it is, they won't show interest at all. But that is what the like. I think that is the nature of the topic that we have taken today. So therefore, only fewer people are there here. It is something related to our representatives, the quality of our representatives, what they can come up with, what happens if they have this kind of nature. So it is something we should always give that importance, right? Right? Yes, friends. Anything else, or else we'll wrap up. Uh, I think Shreyas told that media should be neutral, and they should portray both ills and achievements of the political parties and candidates. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are correct.
Okay. Then so what? Anything creating media that is sorry media. Okay. Anything else? Or just we'll finish it here, close the session and go. If you have any points to make, you can. Total liberty, no suppression. Or else we'll finalize it here and we'll. I think that if can you just open up your voice? Just to just let me read that one. That's many things are there. I think criminal charges at times are false as well, just so other people doesn't get in trouble. So okay, they are falsely. So what you tell is like vindictive politics. What if the criminal charges against any politician is false? Then his trial are being conducted. It won't be justified. So what kind of criminal charges are there, and what report court has generated? This should be the main. Of course, yes, yes, yes. That is what like we cannot tell a person criminal unless or until he or she is convicted by the court. Like, that is what Roe is making here. Like, am I correct? Am I correct? Yes, politicians can make false criminal cases against their opponents. Yes, that is happening. FIR can be filed. If FIR filed, it doesn't mean that he's a criminal. He's involved in some crime. If if FIR is filed, the investigation should must happen. That is what our criminal system says. But is that investigation happening? Is the question there? Is that trial happening? Is the question there? Are our police collecting the evidences? Though they may not be the accused of that one. If they have filed a criminal cases, then that should happen. Is it happening there? What is the trial? What is the status of the trial? Of course, what you told is right. That is how the system works. Yes, I think she's not yet here. Or I'm sure misrepresenting them, mispronouncing it. Oh, she's not there now. Yes, friends, anything else? Or we'll wrap our session here. We'll end our session. We have come to know that this is the case. We have also come to know, though people are aware that they are, but still people are electing them. And many say that no, they are not involved in criminal cases, but the trial is pending. We cannot come to the conclusion that she has not submitted the case unless or until the court gives the judgment. Yes, the first point, what uh, Shreyas made was something genuine, like not
Yes,
genuine. All
yes.
the points are genuine. We have to speed up the trial. If the case is filed, yes, we have to speed up the trial. We have to know whether the person has committed the crime or not. So whether that is happening is the question. So what can we do as a citizen to speed up the trial? Is it not our responsibility to question it or to demand it? There are few organizations that are working. There are many things that can be done to prevent. But why is this the thinking? So that is why the topic is more important. Manish, anything you have to move?
Oh, not any
I'm just
my side.
facilitating the points. Just you people
Yeah.
are coming up with the points. If that is the case, then we'll wrap up. Shreyas, anything to make?
Nothing. Really, this session was very helpful, Samantak, and I wish you all the best for your civil service.
Oh, that is something aside. We'll just be very formal and in doing this. Manish, anything like if you have anything in terms of review, like how the session should have happened, any improvements to make, or to also increase the participants to turnout.
So I would suggest, like, next week we would be having a different topic, and
Fine.
we can mention in the description, like, it's better we prepare and attend session. That would be,
Oh, fine.
like that we'll have a lot of thoughts to put on.
Yes, yes, yes. That is entirely your responsibility.
Yeah.
It is the responsibility of each and every person who comes and participates here, right?
Yeah.
Fine.